Scouting locations. It's one of my favorite aspects of pre-production. As an independent director, you're going to have to do a lot of pre-production planning. One of these responsibilities, which you will have, and which you don't want to overlook, deals with scouting for good locations in which to film. When I say good, I'm referring to several factors. First, as part of the script writing process, there is a vision that has been created for the production. The scouting phase is a continuation and elaboration of this vision, as it adds the missing visual layer to the story. You need to make sure to look for interesting and cinematic scenery and to find good visual angles which will work to tell the story. On top of reinforcing in your mind the flow of the media piece, it is a lot of fun to scout and look at the environment. Second, of key importance is to ensure that the location will work logistically. You will need to consider the power requirements of the shoot and whether the location can supply that power, or whether you will need to bring batteries and generators. You will need to check out the audio consideration. Is the location in a place that is very busy and noisy, or is it a quiet location where production could potentially disturb others? Further, an assessment of the overall lighting characteristics will need to happen. A lighting plan will need to be developed, which will involve determining the kind of equipment that will need to be brought on the day of filming. Logistics includes many other things, such as whether there is ample parking for everyone, or whether the location is rentable or accessible with a permit. Make sure to bring with you some paper to list down all the observations and to create checklists of the types of equipment that will be needed at the different locations. There are two very important documents that must be produced in order to ensure that the production will be filmed well. They are the shot list and the storyboard documents. First, the shot list. It is a document which lists all of the shots that are in the scene. For example, a typical scene might include a wide shot, 2 medium shots, and 2 close-ups. The wide shot would show a view of the entire scene. 2 medium shots, 1 per actor, would frame each actor individually, but the shots would be from matching angles. Similarly, the close-ups would be like the medium shots, but closer into the actors. In reality, it is more complicated than this to frame all the actions that are part of the sequence of making a visual media production. Due to the complexity, the shot list helps, but confusion can arise on the scene if another document, the storyboard, is not produced. The storyboard is an even clearer way of expressing the sequence of events that will appear on camera. Without it, it can be difficult to communicate with the crew at the time of filming. With it, it allows for a very fast and efficient communication with the crew. Casting. As part of planning and preparing a production, the producer must advertise the production to potential actors and actresses. Try to avoid asking friends or acquaintances to be talent in a professional production. First, it is not likely they are trained to provide a good performance and will not likely fit for the production. And secondly, they will not be as serious as professional talent chosen through a professional process. Don't worry, there are many places to look for serious and excellent talent. Good places to look for talent includes local theater groups, modeling agencies, acting agencies, media equipment societies, film and video societies, post-secondary drama departments, and comedy clubs. There are lots of potential sources. After advertising the talent and getting in touch, the producer will need to set up audition meetings so as to select the cast that will best fit the vision of the director. In the meeting, there are several things to look for, including the performance ability, the ability to take direction, the appearance, and the personality attributes. These criteria can be hard to judge on the day of the auditions, and as such, plan to record the auditions for later review. Scheduling. Scheduling a production can be a little bit stressful because there is always the risk that you may not be able to organize all the elements to come together on the different production days that are required. Things can go wrong, and shoot days may need to be rescheduled. The schedule, though, it holds the production together. It is the main step in converting what you see on paper script to the image on the camera. It allows the director to plan what resources and people will need to be where and when, and to communicate that information to the crew and cast so that everyone remains coordinated. Though you would think that a production needs to be scheduled according to the sequence of events in the storyline, this is not actually the case. Often, the order of the scenes are actually scheduled out of order, as it is often the case that locations are not available in the order they appear on the screen. Actors need to be familiar with the entire script and must adapt to acting a story out of sequence. Rehearsals and blocking. When I shot independent films, I was lucky enough to have time for rehearsals and blocking. Rehearsals made all the difference, and the resultant quality of the media productions were high. In the few instances when I didn't schedule rehearsals, the performance of the actors suffered, and also flaws began to appear in the lighting and camera work. Rehearsals and blocking allow the actors to work together and to figure out how to best play the scene off of each other. Rehearsals do not just benefit the actors, but they also benefit the director and the cameraman. The director and cameraman can run through the scene, and this helps them to figure out where to best place the camera in relation to the movement of the actors, and how to best move around the actors in the scene. Some dramatic scenes are very complicated, and working out this dance that requires both the actors and camera person to hit a certain marks takes some practice. Otherwise, you may find yourself on film day communicating what needs to be done more than actually doing what needs to be done. When the day of filming arrives, you, the director, will easily be able to direct all the complex elements that must work in concert to successfully film on a tight schedule, as you will have had by then a good vision practiced in your mind.